So today I want to talk about family's reaction to recovery. Not to drug addiction, but to recovery. We'll call this the prodigal's brother. Jesus tells the story of the prodigal son. Everybody knows at least the gist of it. It's like this. There's a rich guy who has two sons. One of his sons comes to him and says, basically, I don't feel like waiting around for you to die. I want everything I was going to get. I want my money now while I'm still young. I will, in exchange, give up my birthright, my inheritance, because I'm getting it now. Cool? And the dad says, okay, and does it. He gives him the money. He goes off to the big city and parties like a rock star until he's broke. And he's literally living in a shed with no door. So he parties like a rock star, ends up living in a shed with no door, feeding pigs. He says to himself, screw this. Even my father's servants have enough to eat. I blew it, but I'm going to swallow my pride. I'm going to go home and I'm going to ask to get a job with my dad. He does. He's on his way home, and it says, while he was still a far way off, while he was still coming home, his father saw him, which means he was looking for him. He was waiting for him. His heart was still going out to him. He tells his servant, the father tells the servants, get a big banquet ready. We are celebrating. My son has returned. There is a special place in heaven for rejoicing for people who have screwed up and turned. That's ultimately, there's only a few themes in the Bible, and that's one of them.
The big one.
Big one, yeah. While the banquet is being prepared, the son comes home, the father throws his arms around him, loves him, welcomes him. You were dead, but now I have you back and you're alive. The other son, who we don't hear about in any of this until now, comes in from working in the fields, sees that there's a banquet being prepared, and says to one of the servants, oh, what's the special occasion? The servant says, your brother has come home, and your father is throwing a banquet for him. Now, here's where most people, including myself, identify with the prodigal's brother. He goes to his dad, and he said, what the hell?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. I have been here every day, doing what's right, doing what I was supposed to be doing. This screw up wastes all the money, throws his life away, and comes waltzing back in here, and you kill the fatted calf for him. We're putting on the Ritz now for this asshole. He looks at him and he says, everything I have is yours. It's all yours. But he was dead. And now he's alive. And that's worth celebrating. That shows a picture of grace that I don't have in me.
It's a hard place to get to.
Yeah.
Yeah, you struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
When I got clean.
I wanted you to be happy and healthy so badly. Like the father. But then as it was happening, I was suddenly like, wow, there was so much more of the prodigal's brother in me than I wanted to admit.
Yeah, you and...
And the Bible doesn't say he didn't get over it, by the way. I assume it's just a story that Jesus made up to illustrate grace, but...
It's difficult when you're new to reality and you're just getting off of whatever addiction you have and you're new to sobriety. Whatever your addiction is, if it's shopping or gambling or drugs or alcohol, within the first few months, you're kind of high on your own accomplishments.
Sure.
And you're really excited about the fact that it's been a month or two, or it's been 6 weeks, or it's been 3 months, or it's been 2 weeks, or whatever your number is.
Right. Yeah.
The people around you are still like, yeah, but just a minute ago you were an asshole. I don't understand. And
it's not a laughing matter, but it's true. It's so true.
I remember having this conversation with you going, hey, catch up. That was so last semester.